Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time and I apologize, but your girl's been busy out here in these financial advising streets. So today I'm back to talk to you about 4 things you can do with your quarantine check. So it's no secret that we are in some of the most uncertain financial and economical times all around the world. Millions and millions of people are out of work, have lost their jobs, have been furloughed, and don't really know how they're going to make ends meet or pay their bills continually on a monthly basis. So the government stepped in, like sometimes they do, to implement some relief to the American public and to taxpayers all around the world in order to help with the financial burden and the loss of income that most Americans have suffered. So, what is that? What did they do? Well, under the CARES Act, they have finally come to an agreement to release stimulus checks to stimulate the economy and keep it going and try to keep it going as efficiently as possible. So, depending on your tax bracket and your income range and how much money you make, the minimum amount was $1,200 that the government released. They kind of effed that up, and millions of dollars were sent to the wrong people. There was confusion as to whether you could still claim the money if you didn't file taxes or if you were on Social Security. So they cleared up all of that, and people are now starting to get their $1,200 checks, up to an additional $500 per dependent if you have them. So I am starting to see some of my clients receive some of the money right now. So I want to talk about 4 things that you can do with your quarantine check. Now, obviously, the money's given and being released to help. So if you are in a financial situation that is difficult, if you're finding it hard to provide food for your family or pay your bills or any of the essentials, and the first thing that I would say that you can do is spend it. Spend it in a way that will help you, put you in a better position, relieve some of the financial stress and burden that you're under right now. So don't be afraid to spend the money, but spend it wisely for things that you might need, that are essential, food, toiletries, necessary bills that you have to pay. So the second thing that I would suggest you do with your quarantine check, that's what I'm calling it, the stimulus check is the quarantine check, you can save it. If you're one of the fortunate ones who still has an income and your job hasn't been affected and you don't really need the money, then I say throw it in your savings account. I know it's only going to make about 0.001 interest, which really is not that beneficial, but you could put it in a high yield savings account with like Barclays or Ally Bank, even Capital One, and get a little over 1%, 1.5%. Number 3, invested. So for a lot of people, you want to start a business, you never really had time, you didn't have the money. Well, now you're looking at essentially $1,200 of free money that you really didn't expect to have. So invest in yourself, invest in that course that you've wanted to take, invest in your business, invest in starting a business, invest in real estate. I know $1,200 is not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but there are some places that you can start in real estate with as little as $1,200. Invest in stocks. A lot of people who never would have imagined or thought of getting involved in the stock market now, because they know how beneficial it has been. Like if you could have gotten in on the ground floor of Google or Yahoo or Apple back in the day, then you'd be a multi-millionaire right now. So I'd say if you can, invest that money in something that can put you in a better place financially or educationally, or some way that can better you through this time. Lastly, obviously, if you're in a position, again, where your income hasn't been affected and you don't need the money, then I say, what bills do you have? Bills, I mean credit cards. What credit card debt do you have? What old medical bills do you have? What do you still have on your credit report that's affecting your score and keeping you from getting to that next level in the credit scale? Call them up, negotiate, see what you can pay off. That's obviously if you don't need the money, if you still have your income, if you're able to buy your food and keep your household running, then what can you pay off to put yourself in a better place? So Those are my top 4 things that you should do with your quarantine check. If you're expecting a quarantine check any day now, or if you've already received your quarantine check, what did you do with it? Or what are you going to do with it? Are you going to spend it, save it, invest it, or pay off some debt? Please tell me below. I'm really interested. I want to know what you guys are doing. If you have any questions, also you can hit me up below. Make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe so that you don't miss out.